All right, everybody, welcome back for another crypto deep dive.
Yeah,
We've got a whole stack of articles here to get through,
let's do it.
and I think it's going to be a really exciting one today.
I think so too.
We've got articles here from the Financial Times, Reuters, Financial News London,
Oh, wow.
the Australian AP News, and the New York Post.
Wow, that's quite the stack.
Yeah, so we've got quite a lot to cover today.
Oh, let's dive right in there.
Yeah, so I think one of the first things that caught my eye
Okay.
was this article in Financial News London
Mm-hmm.
about Brevin Howard's crypto hedge fund.
Oh, yeah.
So they apparently just crushed it last year
Yeah, they did.
with a 51% gain,
It's amazing.
which is incredible.
It is incredible.
And this comes on top of a 44% gain the year before.
Wow.
So they're really doing something right.
Yeah, they really are.
And this isn't just some small operation.
No.
This is a firm that manages billions of dollars.
Billions with a B.
So what do you think is behind their success?
Well, I think it's a couple of things.
Okay.
I think one, they were early
Right.
to recognize that crypto had potential,
Right.
and they built a really strong team with expertise in traditional finance,
Okay.
but also blockchain technology.
So they didn't just take a bunch of Wall Street guys and throw them at the problem.
No.
They actually got people who understood the tech.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and the other thing I think that they did really well was they adopted like a data-driven approach.
So they're using algorithms and stuff
Yeah, like sophisticated algorithms and stuff.
to try to
Find opportunities in the market.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about throwing money at Bitcoin
No.
and hoping for the best.
Oh, not at all.
I mean, obviously there's some luck involved in any market,
Of course.
but it sounds like they've got a real strategy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So this to me is a sign that
Yeah.
like serious players are getting into the crypto game.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think this means for the future of institutional investment in crypto?
Well, I mean, I think it's a really strong signal that institutions are getting more comfortable
Okay.
with crypto as an asset class.
Okay.
I mean, there's always going to be like a degree of caution,
Right.
like with any new asset.
Yeah.
But I think the success of funds like Brevin Howard is going to attract even more big players in the coming years.
Okay, so this could be like the first of many,
Exactly.
like a domino effect.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Cool. And it's not just hedge funds either, right?
Yeah.
Like we saw that AMP, which is a major Australian financial institution, invested $27 million in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So this is like the tip of the iceberg?
I mean, I think it is. I think
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot of these traditional finance giants
Right.
like dipping their toes into the crypto waters.
Yeah, just to see what the temperature is.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're realizing that ignoring crypto is not really an option anymore.
Right, like it's here to stay.
Exactly.
So they need to figure out how they fit into that.
Exactly.
So they're starting with smaller investments,
Right.
but you think eventually they'll go bigger.
Yeah, I mean, as they gain more experience and as like regulatory clarity emerges,
Right.
I think we could see a flood of institutional money into the crypto space.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of regulation,
Yeah.
there was this interesting article in the Financial Times
Mm-hmm.
about how the CFPB,
Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
yes,
Yeah.
wants to require crypto firms to reimburse users.
For losses from hacks.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, so just like banks have to do.
Right.
They want crypto firms to have that same level of responsibility.
Yeah, that's a big change.
So what do you think the impact of that would be?
Well, I think it could be huge.
Okay.
I think it would definitely increase user confidence.
Okay.
But it would also mean tighter security.
Right. For crypto firms.
And probably higher reserves.
Yeah, most likely.
So it would be a big change.
Yeah, it would definitely shake things up.
Yeah, because right now it's like the Wild West
Oh, yeah, totally.
out there,
Yeah, it's buyer beware.
Yeah, you lose your crypto, it's gone.
Pretty much.
So this is a big step towards consumer protection.
Yeah, I think so.
But is it realistic?
I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It would be really complex to implement.
Okay, why is that?
Well, crypto platforms are often decentralized.
Right.
So, tracking down stolen funds and recovering them would be really difficult.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, would it actually make the space safer?
Right.
Or would it just make it harder for legitimate businesses to operate?
Yeah. That's the debate.
Yeah.
Is it more about protecting consumers?
Right.
Or is it more about stifling innovation?
Right.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, and there's no easy answer.
No, not at all. And I think this kind of gets to the heart of the issue with regulation in crypto. It's like, how do you find that balance between protecting people and allowing innovation to happen?
I mean, that's the key.
And it'll be interesting to see how the crypto community responds to this proposal and how it might impact the future of decentralized platforms.
Yeah, for sure.
And then on that note, the SEC is facing some pushback on its enforcement actions.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
Yeah, which is creating a lot of uncertainty in the market.
It's not good.
And then there's talk of a potential pro-crypto SEC chair.
Interesting.
So what impact do you think that could have on the regulatory landscape?
Well, a pro-crypto chair could signal a more like hands-off approach, which, some people think would be good for the industry. They think it would foster innovation, attract more investment. But it's important to remember that regulators are always going to be concerned with protecting investors and maintaining market stability.
Makes sense.
So, a more lenient approach wouldn't necessarily mean like a free-for-all.
Right.
It might just mean a more nuanced and adaptable approach to regulation.
Okay. So it's not necessarily like a black and white thing.
Right.
It's more about finding the right balance.
Exactly.
So while some people see this as a potential win for the crypto industry, it really depends on how the new chair approaches the complex issues of consumer protection, market manipulation, and the decentralized nature of crypto.
For sure.
Yeah, because those are all like thorny issues that need to be addressed.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about being pro-crypto or anti-crypto.
Right.
It's about finding that right balance to foster responsible growth in this evolving space.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. So we've talked a lot about the big money coming into crypto and the evolving regulation. But let's not forget about security.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Because it's still a major concern
in the
crypto world.
Definitely.
And we saw this article in AP News.
Oh, yeah. What was that one about?
About how scammers are using fake job offers.
Through text.
Yeah.
Through text.
To steal crypto.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, have you ever encountered anything like that?
I mean, I've definitely gotten those texts.
Yeah, me too.
But, I can usually spot them pretty easily.
Yeah, they're usually pretty obvious.
But, yeah, some people are falling for it.
Yeah. And it's sad because people are losing their savings.
It is sad.
And it just highlights the importance of vigilance.
Yeah, and education.
Yeah.
Like, people need to know what to look out for because these scams are getting more sophisticated.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
And then there are the hacks.
Oh, yeah.
Reuters reported that $2.2 billion is lost in crypto hacks in 2024 alone.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B.
Oof.
And most of it was due to compromised private keys. Oh, yeah, that's the classic.
So what can people do to protect themselves?
No. Well, the most important thing is to understand your private keys.
Okay.
Like, they're like the keys to your crypto kingdom.
Okay.
So you should never share them with anyone.
Okay.
And be really cautious about phishing scams.
Right.
That try to trick you into revealing them.
Like clicking on a link in an email or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are scary.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to store private keys securely?
Hardware wallets are a good option.
Okay.
They offer offline storage,
okay,
which makes them less vulnerable to online attacks.
So it's like storing your gold in a vault.
Exactly.
Rather than leaving it out in the open.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about something a little more fun.
Sounds good.
Meme coins.
Oh, yeah.
So the New York Post had this article about how one meme coin jumped over 4,800% in value.
Seriously.
After Elon Musk changed his X handle.
Oh, my God.
So it's like mind-boggling.
It's crazy.
Are meme coins just a fleeting fad, or are they here to stay?
I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
They're definitely a fascinating phenomenon. They reflect like the community-driven and sometimes chaotic nature of the crypto world.
Right.
Some people dismiss them as a joke.
Right.
But they've become a significant part of the ecosystem, and they really showcase the power of online communities and social media trends.
But isn't this kind of volatility like incredibly risky?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Meme coins are highly speculative.
Right.
Their value can fluctuate wildly based on sentiment and hype.
Right.
So, some people have made huge profits, but others have lost a lot of money. So it's really important to approach them with caution and only invest what you can afford to lose.
So they're entertaining to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely not for the faint of heart.
No, not at all.
Okay, so I think that covers pretty much everything we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, I think so.
We saw that institutional money is pouring into crypto.
Yep.
Signaling growing confidence in this emerging asset class.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Regulation is evolving. And the potential for a pro-crypto SEC chair is creating buzz.
It is.
But it's important to remember that responsible regulation is crucial for long-term growth.
Yeah, for sure.
Security remains a concern.
Yeah, always.
But understanding the risks and taking appropriate precautions can help protect your investments.
Definitely.
And then there are the meme coins.
Yeah, those crazy meme coins.
Adding a layer of unpredictability and excitement.
Yeah.
But also significant risks.
For sure.
So it's a wild world out there.
It is.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the crypto landscape is changing so rapidly, and this convergence of trends that we're seeing is really shaping the future of finance.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
It is.
Like, how much has changed just in the past few years?
I know, it's incredible.
So it's an exciting time to be involved.
Yeah.
But it's more important than ever to stay informed.
Do your research and approach this space with a critical, yet open mind.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So I want to leave our listeners with a question.
Okay, shoot.
Given everything we've discussed today, how do you see crypto evolving in the years to come?
Ooh, good question.
And what role will it play in your own financial journey? It's a wild ride.
It is.
But it's a ride worth paying attention to.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And until next time, keep exploring.
Yeah.
And keep learning.
And stay safe out there.
Yes, stay safe out there.
It's a jungle.
It is a jungle.